Experience the Wild West as we explore the Fort Worth Stockyards. Fort Worth, Texas was founded in 1849 as an Army outpost along the Trinity River. It was meant to protect settlers from raids by Native Americans. Later, it became a major stop on the Old Chisholm Trail, adding to its importance in the cattle industry. The arrival of the railroad in the late 19th century solidified the name Cowtown. Over time, it expanded into an economic hub for oil, aviation, and industry. Today, it's known for its Western heritage and its world-famous Fort Worth Stockyards. Hey, it's Mark with Any Way You Travel. If you're a first-time viewer to the channel, we're glad to have you with us. If you're a returning viewer, we're glad to have you back. So what do you say we explore the world-famous Fort Worth Stockyards? Now, back in the old days of the Fort Worth Stockyards, the second floor of all these buildings, well, they used to be brothels. One of the premier places to stay if you visit the Stockyards is the historic Stockyards Hotel. It was built in 1907. It is gorgeous, and folks like Tanya Tucker, Garth Brooks, Willie Nelson, and Bonnie and Clyde stayed here. But you better have your wallet ready. If you're a fan of Walker, Texas Ranger, right across the street from the Stockyards Hotel is the White Elephant Saloon, where many of the bar scenes in the TV show were filmed. When the railroad arrived in Fort Worth in 1876, Fort Worth became a major hub for trade in the cattle industry. Between 1866 forward, Fort Worth was really the last stop on the Chisholm Trail before the Cowboys drove the cattle into the Indian Territory. So this became a really big deal in the cattle industry. In 1908, they built the Coliseum where they started to have rodeos. They built that thing in 88 days. The Coliseum is officially known as Cowtown Coliseum, and it was the first indoor Coliseum in America. Every Friday and Saturday night, they have a rodeo at the Coliseum, and it's fun. You get tickets online, and the kids enjoy it, and they always put on a great show. While you stroll around the Stockyards, make sure you also keep your eyes open for historical markers and interesting museums like the John Wayne American Experience. Something else that's kind of fun, especially for the kids and even adults, is that there are a lot of cowboys and cowgirls who ride their horses around, and you can walk up to the horses, pet them, take a picture, and of course, it's all free. Also, there's some really interesting cow artwork. Now, keep in mind, the cowpokes will always be happy to answer any questions you may have. Also, the Fort Worth Stockyards offer rides on old-fashioned stagecoaches, covered wagons, and buggies. It's kind of a fun way to see the Stockyards. If you want to take a ride, you'll find them lined up along the street. Another really cool thing is that they offer old-fashioned train rides. It's a bit pricey, but it's fun. And speaking of trains, did you ever wonder how they got trains turned around to go in the opposite direction? Let's take a look. First, the train engine would come down a track like this. Then it would pull onto a shorter piece of track in the middle of a big circle called a turntable or turning loop. This engine would drive the turntable and rotate it until it lined up with the track that pointed the direction the engine needed to go. This is the water tower. If the engine needed to take on water, it would be filled up at this tower. The engine would then burn coal to convert the water into steam, which would drive the hydraulics of the engine to propel the train. If you're old enough and lucky enough to remember old-fashioned corn mazes, the Cowtown Cattle Pen Maze is for you. It really is awesome. It may not be a corn maze, but it's just as fun for the kids. This maze is big, but if you stand up in the observation deck, you can give a helping hand to someone who needs it. Or maybe taking a horseback ride is your thing. They offer that also at the Stockyards. Get him. Come on, cowpoke, pick it up. If shopping is your thing, head to the Stockyards station. There's more shopping than you know what to do with. The main pavilion at the far end of the Stockyards from the main entrance is filled with all kinds of stores and restaurants, so you'll want to make sure you check it out. As you stroll around, you're going to find a little something for everybody, whether it's candy, souvenirs, restaurants, or exotic taxidermy. Oh, and check out this big boy. Now, I'm 6 foot 2 inches tall, and the horn span of this Longhorn is longer than that. Imagine the weight of those horns and how strong those neck muscles must be to be able to carry that rack around. I'm telling you, everywhere you look, there are stores who will help you get your cowboy or cowgirl bling on. And there's other kind of cool things, like you'll get to meet Calamity Jane. Yeah, she is packing and she's ready for a fight. Every day at 11:30 a.m. and 4 in the afternoon, the Fort Worth Stockyards features its daily cattle drives. In fact, it's the world's only continuously running cattle drive, and it keeps the spirit of the Old West alive. A team of skilled drovers dressed in authentic late 1800s cowboy attire guides a herd of Texas Longhorns down Exchange Avenue. The event's short, lasting only a few minutes, but it's iconic. And it's fun to watch the Longhorns just kind of leisurely make their way down the street. You can stand on the sidewalk to take it all in, and you can meet the drovers, ask questions, take photos, and learn all about cowboy culture. Everywhere you look around the Stockyards, there are stores from low-end to high-end stores. So there's something for everybody, so get out and enjoy. When we stay in Fort Worth, we like to go to Cowtown Winery. They have a great selection of wine and wine tastings. Now, the Stockyards station had a lot of places you could shop for souvenirs, but there are other places that you can shop that are a bit more upscale. And guys, I'm just telling you, you better prepare your wallet for some sticker shock. After shopping, it was time for lunch. Okay, we're at a place called the Biscuit Bar, and here every dish you get has a biscuit included somehow. So we're gonna try it out and we'll let you know what we think. Okay, here is my chicken and French toast, and there's Pam's biscuit French toast. Okay, now I've never had anything like this. It's a biscuit with butter, and it's kind of made like French toast with an egg batter, and then it has a piece of chicken on it. It looks really good. It's got a little syrup on it. It actually is pretty doggone good. At the Biscuit Bar, the biscuits are made fresh daily. Okay, the biscuits weren't bad. We just felt like it was a little pricey for what you got, but I'm sure that's because it's here in the Stockyards. But other than that, thumbs up to the Biscuit Bar. After we ate lunch, we went back to the Stockyards station, and there was an old-fashioned gunfight going on. Of course, the good guys won. This has got to be the world's largest spur. Just down from Exchange Avenue is the world-famous Billy Bob's Texas. It gained worldwide fame when it was featured in the 1992 movie starring George Strait called Pure Country. Billy Bob's opened in 1981. It was originally a 1910 cow barn, but now they bill themselves as the world's largest honky-tonk. When you come into Billy Bob's, you'll be greeted with a big old howdy, y'all. Now, once you go inside Billy Bob's, you'll see a bunch of plaster Paris handprints of several different stars. You'll see plaques from Hootie and the Blowfish, Conway Twitty, Huey Lewis and the News, REO Speedwagon, Kenny Chesney, Garth Brooks, and the Man in Black, Johnny Cash. Also, don't forget that every Friday and Saturday night, Billy Bob's Texas has bull riding. That's right, you can get on the back of one of the big bulls. And they also pay tribute to the ladies of country. So when you're in Fort Worth, drop by Billy Bob's Texas and do a little boot scooting. And when you're done, they'll tell you, y'all come back. You hear? We hope you enjoyed our visit to the Fort Worth Stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas. If you've never been there, it is well worth the time to come and visit this little piece of Old West history. This is Mark with Any Way You Travel. We're glad you joined us, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up so YouTube spreads it to more travelers, and hit the notification bell so you can always travel with us. Take care, and we'll see you again next week. Cheers!